Okay, I have given the homework for you also, right?
Yes, sir.
Examples for the
You
opaque
told
substance.
to find.
Examples for the opaque substance, translucent and transparent.
Yes, sir.
I've done the homework.
1 minute. Sir, what did you tell again?
Examples
Opaque,
for
transparent, and translucent, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Done.
What about the remaining people? And what happened? Only 2 are there in the class.
Sir, first Sudisha joined again, sir, but she now she left, sir.
1 minute, please. You be ready with your homeworks.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Sriharsha.
Sir, is on Thursday our class is the day after tomorrow?
Yeah. Why?
Sir, I want then leave, sir.
Won't leave.
Yes, sir.
She has said wood. Sir, wood, plastic, silver, rubber, and also paper, sir.
Wood, plastic, silver, rubber, and the paper.
Paper.
Yeah.
And for translucent frosted
Wait.
glass.
Wait, Rashwat. Only I asked you about the opaque, right? Lohini, what about the transparent? You can turn on your video. Sriharsha and Lohini.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the examples for the transparent? You can unmute yourself and you can speak, Lohini.
Yes, sir. Colored liquid and glass, oiled paper, and tinned plastic. Certain types, sir. Those types are translucent.
Okay, good. Sriharsha, what about the translucent? Sriharsha?
Sir, can I tell translucent and transparent examples after?
Yeah, I'll give you a chance 1 second in the last. Sriharsha, are we there? JDP is not attending regular classes, right? Okay, Sriharsha, what are the examples for the translucent? Lohini, what are the examples for the translucent?
So liquid oil paper and wood, translucent liquid oil glass and oil paper, colored tinned plastics, and these are the translucent, sir.
Very good. Sudisha joined late today.
Sir, can I tell examples of transparent and translucent, sir?
I will give you a chance. Don't worry. Wait 1 minute. Sudisha.
Yes.
Sudisha, unmute yourself.
Sir, she's not able to hear you. She's talking to someone else.
Okay. She will do after 5 minutes. Okay, don't problem. Yeah, Ashwath. What are the examples?
Yes, sir. Sir, examples of translucent materials: frosted glass, wax paper, butter paper, smoke, and tinned plastic. Examples for transparent materials: clean water, clean glass, air, spectacles lens, and window pane, and for opaque, wood, plastic, silver, rubber, and paper.
Okay. So what is the topic we are discussing first? Sorting of materials into group, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then suppose if you are going to some general store, there also all the materials are sorted into different groups, right? So can you explain what is the process going to happen there? Sri Ashwath?
They'll put like in the supermarkets, they'll put different sections for different types of objects. Like for examples, they'll put
Good
rice in
afternoon,
one.
sir. Good afternoon, sir. Actually, my screen was totally stuck, so I couldn't answer.
Okay, okay. But now you can hear, right, Sudisha?
Yes, sir. I was able to hear that time also, but I couldn't speak because the screen was, it was stuck.
Okay, okay.
Sir, they'll put rice in one bag, wheat in one bag, and like chocolates in one jar, and another type of chocolate in another jar, and they'll have like some cupboards, and they'll put different objects in. They'll sort different objects
Okay.
based on the type of object and the size and the smoothness, hardness, and everything.
Okay, very good.
Sir,
Yeah, Sriharsha.
sir, I went to drink some water. Did you call me?
Yeah, I call you many times to give the answers, but you didn't respond at all.
Sorry, sir. I went to drink water.
Okay. So tell me, Sriharsha, what are the examples for the translucent materials?
So the example for the translucent means windows. So windows and tracing paper.
Okay.
Sir, and sir, glass.
Glass. Okay.
Sir, that's it, sir.
That's it. What about Drona?
Sorry,
Drona?
sir, I was actually a little late, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. But you can turn on your video.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the examples for the opaque substance, Drona.
Sir,
Opaque substance example.
sir, paper, sir, paper, cardboard.
Paper cardboard. Next. Paper cardboard is okay. Next.
Plastic, sir.
Plastic.
No, sir, not plastic, sir.
Okay.
Drona, your video is rotated.
Yeah, sir. I don't know how to fix it, sir. Because I'm
Are
actually
you using computer?
no, actually.
Then turn on your
Wood,
Okay.
sir, metal, sir, and sir, and cloth, sir.
Okay. Good. And only that homework I have given for you, or I have given any homework like find out the metals and non-metals also. I think I have given this homework also, right?
Metals and non-metals, sir.
Five examples for the metals and non-metals.
Yes, sir. Then that's already I found out.
Okay.
I
Then
got some
first,
examples.
what is the meaning of malleability?
Materials which have certain property like no, sir. Malleability means 1 minute, sir. Malleability. Sir, malleability means the
Sriharsha?
Yes, sir. Sir, for example, when we hit a metal, sir, it can change its shape, sir. That is called malleability.
Anyone? Remaining
Sir, can
people?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
When
Remaining
we
people?
hit
Drona, Lohini, Sriharsha, Sudisha. Any answer
Sir,
for
what's the word again, sir?
malleability? Can you see here?
Sir, Ashwath is saying about some type of metal, sir. Is it something about molding something, sir? Like molding a metal?
So malleability means thickness.
Very good. Yeah. Tell the answer for correct answer.
the ability to change shape when hit by a hard substance like hammer, sir, I think.
Ability of a metal or
The
conversion of the
ability
thick
of
solid metal into thin sheets is called as a
the
malleability.
ability of a metal to change its shape when hit by a hard substance like a hammer.
Listen carefully. That's not correct. Conversion of thick solid metal into the thin sheets is called as a malleability. Okay.
Sir,
When you're-
means example is aluminium foil.
yeah, aluminum foil is a malleability, right? Aluminum is a metal. If you take aluminum thick rod and if you hammer it continuously, what will happen? It will convert it to thin sheet, right? Without breaking. That is called as a
Yes, sir.
malleability. Understanding? If you take the cube of aluminum and beating continuously with a hammer, now it will convert to the cube of aluminum into the thin sheet. Very
Sir,
thin
I
sheet.
didn't understand what is lustrous.
I will explain you one by one. Okay, malleability is that one. Understand now malleability?
Yes, sir.
Next, lustrous means if you take any metal, it will have the shiny surface, right? Suppose if you take silver, it will have the silver shiny surface, right? Or it will reflect the lights. If the the surface of the metal reflect the light, or the metal will show any shiny surface, that is called as lustrous.
Sir, and what is the sonorous?
Sonorous means when like for example when we hit a hammer to iron, we get a sound.
So whenever the metal is beating with some hard substance, it will produce a sound. That is called as sonorous. Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
Sudisha
like
is
this
joined
sound?
from two devices.
Yeah. So when you're beating the metal, it will produce the different types of sounds. That is called as
Sounds.
Yes, sir, I'm beating the steel.
yeah. That is called as sonorous. Ductility means what? Conversion of thick solid metal into
Conversion of thick solid metal into thin sheet.
thin sheet. Sorry, thin wires.
Thin wires.
Thin
Thin
wire is a
wires.
ductility. Conversion of thick solid metal into
Conversion
thin
of
wires.
thick solid
Copper
metal
wires.
into
Sir,
wires.
like copper wires.
Copper wires go.
Yeah.
Sir, there is also a silver wires also, sir. Silver can produce electricity and heat can pass through silver, sir.
Out of the given metal, silver is a good conductor of electricity.
Yes, sir.
Compared to the aluminum, copper, or anything, silver is a good conductor of electricity. But we cannot use a
Sir.
silver wire, right? Because it is a costly one.
Yes, sir.
But so we don't use the silver wires for conduction of or supplying of electricity. Instead of that, we'll use the cheap wire like copper or the
Copper
aluminum.
and aluminum.
Okay, copper is also good conductor of electricity, but less than the silver only.
Sir,
But-
even gold is can conduct more electricity, but it can be melted, sir, easily, and it's very costly.
Yeah, because of the cost factor also important, right? So this is all about the properties of metals: lustrous, malleability, ductility, sonorous, good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, but I think you have read all these things. Okay, transparency also finished. Now can you see here on jar? Is it
Transparent is done, sir.
transparent jar or translucent jar?
Transparent, sir.
Sir,
Because
this is transparent
can
because
see
we can see
inside.
the coins.
It's a
We can see
transparent jar, right?
inside detailed.
So we can say inside whatever the things are there. If it's a translucent, can we see that one?
We can see just
Sir, we
some
can see just
gray and brown, sir, colors.
Yes, we can see some objects are present inside this jar. That's all. We cannot see exactly the clear object, right?
We can just see the color and what is there.
Shadow, like we can observe that one. That's all. Okay. Now, when you're coming to the matter, first, what is a matter?
Matter is
Lohini?
Sir, a state of
matter is a thing occupies the space.
Can you repeat again, Lohini?
Matter is a thing which occupies the space, sir.
Good. Only it will occupy the space. That's all.
Which matter has mass and occupies space.
Matter has mass and occupies some space. Very good. Matter is anything that has some mass and occupies some space is called as a matter. Okay.
Yes.
Matter is anything that has some mass and occupies some space. So it can be living thing or it can be non-living thing. No problem. Okay. Now tell me, under the classification of matter, we have the two classifications. One is a physical classification. The other one is a chemical classification. Listen first carefully. In the matter, we have the two classifications. One is a physical classification. The next one is a chemical classification. So in the case of physical classification, we have the again three states of matter sorted.
Solid, liquid, and gas.
So
And for chemical, it is a pulsar or something, sir.
It's not Pulsar or Yamaha or Scooty something.
Not that, sir. Pulse,
It is a pure substance and the mixture. Okay, so listen here carefully. Under the physical classification of the matter, you have the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid, and the gas. Now tell me, what is a solid?
Sorry, sir, it will be so hard, sir, like a remote glass.
It will be so hard like a remote glass.
Sir, remote,
sir,
TV remote.
Yeah.
Sir, solids are objects that particles in
one by one.
Particles in solids are very closely packed, sir. That is why they are very hard to compress.
Okay, next. Sriharsha.
Sir, and we can touch it properly and it doesn't move from one place to another.
Okay,
sir, it has fixed shape and fixed volume.
Good. Next, Drona. What about your points?
Sir, solid is a rough material, sir, and which has a fixed shape, sir. I also wanted to tell that point, sir. Fixed shape, sir, and we can touch it, sir.
Okay, good. Next, any other points, Sudisha?
Ma'am, sorry, sir. Actually, in solids, solids can be rough or smooth, sir.
Solids can be rough or smooth. That's all.
Sir, examples of solids are wood, sir, and also hard plastic, bricks, sir, bricks.
Sir,
okay.
A metal, sir.
Sir,
A metal, sir.
In solids, sir, we cannot compress, sir. It will be very hard to compress, and when we compress it very hard, it will break, sir. It cannot change its shape.
Okay, can you see the chart now? Can you see some chart on the notepad on the screen about the matter?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So matter is anything that has some mass and occupies some space. So again, the classification.
Sir, should I say?
Sorry, Sudisha.
Sir, can I say property?
Yeah, I will give you 1 minute. Afterwards, I will give you. Okay, don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
Let me explain this chart, then we'll go for that one. Okay. So matter is anything that has some mass and occupies some space. So it can be living thing or the non-living thing, but it should have some mass and should occupy some space. So again, matter is classified into two types. One is a chemical classification, the other one is a physical classification. So under the physical classification, we can classify again the matter into three types: solids, liquids, and the gases. Clear this one?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the physical classification will comes whenever the size of the particle is smaller. That's why you can say as a microscopic substance. Okay. So physical classification, the other name is microscopic substance, because the atoms are very small or the particles are very small in these cases. So when you come to the second classification of the matter, that is a chemical classification, or also you can call as a macroscopic substance. So under the macroscopic substance, what is the again subclassification is there? What is again subclassification is there?
Sir, pure substance and mixture.
Pure substance and the mixture. Then what is the meaning of pure and impure?
Sir, pure means
Pure
it
means it is so tiny and they're clean, sir. But impure means they are so dirty, sir, like water or shoes after going to ground.
Sir, example, lake water.
Sir, pure means one substance, sir. One substance, only that substance, and not even one particle of another substance. Like it's unmixed with other matters, sir.
Sir, it's Musi River.
Musi River. Yeah. What is the Musi River?
Sir, this
Sir, a
was
water
so
body.
dirty.
A water body.
Sir, impure means that two substances are mixed, sir, and pure
Pure means only
means
one.
that there is only one substance.
Sir,
Okay, listen carefully here.
pure means it is not mixed with anything and
Non-mixed with anything. Listen, pure means which will contain only the useful component, right? Only
Yes, sir.
useful components will be there. Impure means there is some unwanted components also present in the given mixtures. That is a unpure. So again, under the pure substances, we have the two classifications. Those are the elements and the compounds. So element means what? It is made up of only one type of atoms. What is the definition of element?
It has only one type of atom.
It is made up of only one kind of atoms or one type of atoms. That is the definition for the element. Okay. So if you take periodic
Yes, sir.
table, have you seen the periodic table?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Sir, today in my school,
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium.
I think I have given the homework for you also, right? To study 1 to 20 elements.
periodic table means there will be all matters like nitrogen and about gases and about any metals like that. All will be, sir.
Yeah. But did I give any homework to study 1 to 20 elements?
Sir, 1 to 20 not sir, but they give some elements which I know, sir. Sir, can I tell some elements?
Yeah.
Sir, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, neon, gold, silver, aluminium,
Sir, can I?
William Einstein.
But carbon dioxide is not the element, right? It is a compound.
Sir, can I
Sir,
tell? Sir?
in that Einstein also is there, sir, in those elements.
Einstein.
Yes, sir, in that periodic table, Einstein and some people's photo, it shows
Einstein
in the
That
video.
is. Yeah, okay. Einsteinium is there. Rutherfordium, Einsteinium is there. Americum, Californium, these things.
Sir, can I tell,
Yes, sir.
But carbon dioxide is not the element, it is a compound, okay? And today's
Sir,
homework,
compound is a mixture of two elements.
Okay, listen here carefully. Today's homework for you is study 1 to 20 elements in the order. What is
1
your
to
homework?
30, sir.
1 to 20 first.
1 to 20, sir.
Yeah. Study 1 to 20 elements in the order. That is your homework for today, okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, total how many elements are there in the periodic table?
Sir,
Sir, one,
sir, there are
100
115. Sir, 115, sir.
115.
118, sir.
Yeah,
118.
118 will be there, sir.
Totally how many are there?
So sorry,
Sir,
sir. 118.
118.
Total 118 elements are there, okay? It's not 115. Already have written in the bracket right here.
Sir, actually, you gave this homework long ago, and we already told, sir. This
But now
20 elements.
okay, but now can you tell me
Yes, sir. You can tell.
with closing your eyes? Huh? Just I think you are checking in the system and you are telling.
No, sir.
Okay. But again, I'll ask you tomorrow next class, okay? 1 to
Yes, sir.
30 elements. Sorry, 1 to 20 elements, okay? But again, we studied right already before itself. Again, these 108 elements are classified into metals, non-metals, and the metalloids.
Sir, can I tell?
Not now. I will give you a chance. Okay, don't worry, Ashwath. So again, these
Yes.
metals are elements are classified into metals, non-metals, and the metalloids. And still, just the starting of the class, also we studied about the properties of metals, right? Like luster, malleability,
Cluster,
ductility,
malleability, ductility, and sonorous.
sonorous, good conductor of heat and electricity.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah. What's your doubt?
Sir, not relevant, sir, but where can we find the second September this recording, sir?
You didn't get the recording?
No, sir.
Sir, those are in resources, no, sir.
It's
check
not
it.
there in resources, sir.
You check it in the Google Classroom. Otherwise, I will check it in. I will upload it once again if it is not there. Okay.
Google Class, sir.
Okay, I'll check it in and upload. Okay, don't worry that one. Don't open now. Okay. So there are total 118 elements are there. Again,
118.
those 118 elements are classified into metals, non-metals, and the metalloids. Then what is the examples for the metalloids? What is the meaning of metalloid first?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Metalloid means the elements which has both the properties of metals and non-metals. What is the meaning of metalloid? The element has both the properties of
Sir, what is the example of that, sir?
Sir, can you tell metalloids, sir?
silicon, germanium,
Sir, boron, silicon,
germanium will
sir,
come. Okay.
Sir,
boron,
means a
silicon,
metal.
germanium.
Sir, means a metal.
Generally, metals will form the solid format only. Okay. Most of the metals are in the solid state only, except mercury. Only the mercury is a metal which will exist in the liquid format or the liquid state. And remaining all the metals are in the solid state only. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So metalloid means what? Which has both the properties of metals and non-metals.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
are you there? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was there. Okay, 1 minute, please. Next one is what? Compound. What is the meaning of compound? What is the meaning of compound?
Sir, the mixture of two elements,
The
like
mixture of-
carbon dioxide, sir.
See, it will contain 2 or more components. Compound means it will contain 2 or more components. They are combined chemically and present in the definite ratios. Okay. But before that, we'll study only about this solids, liquids, and the gases. Okay. Now, can you see the solid properties? Can you see the solid properties here?
Sir, in those molecules will be there. There will be in solid so tights and liquid some tights and gas. There will be so distance.
So if you take the solids, can you see the diagram of the solids here? There is a one box is there inside, the particles are there which are circular in shape. So all the particles are very close to each other, right? In the case of solids. Yes or no? Can you see here or not?
Yes, sir.
Whatever the particles are there, they are very close to each other in the case of solids. Okay. But what is the first point in the solids? What is the first point in the solids? Solids will have the definite shape and definite value. All the solids will have the definite shape as well as definite value.
Sir, can you scroll up one, sir?
Sorry, you want to take the screenshot? And
Sir,
this chart you
yes,
have to
sir,
copy
you
it
can
in the.
scroll down now.
You can copy this one in the classwork notes, okay? In the chemistry notes, science notes.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, 3rd September, there was a class, right, sir, a science class.
Okay.
Sir, that time you gave one PDF, right, sir? The sorting materials into groups, the PDF, right, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, can you give the notes, sir? The notes on the day.
I will check it in the Google Classroom and I'll upload all the pending things. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay, Ashwath.
Yes.
So first listen about the solids. If you take solids now, solids will have the definite shape and it will have the definite value. So if you take any solids, it will have the definite shape as well as a definite value. Because all the particles are very closely packed, right? Whatever the particles are there in the solid, all the particles are
Yes,
very
sir. There are very closely packed.
packed. And what is the meaning of intermolecular force?
Sir?
What is the meaning of intermolecular force? You can say in the second point.
Sir, don't know, sir.
Anyone? Suppose if the two particles has to occupy the, if the two particles has to stay together, there is some force of attraction between them, right? Yes or no? The force of attraction between the two particles is called as an intermolecular force. The force of attraction between the two particles in any matter, that is called as an intermolecular force. Okay, so in the case of solids, all the particles are very close to each other, right? That means the intermolecular force is very high. One minute, please. Okay, so the force of attraction means there is a whatever the attraction force is there between the two molecules to stay together, that is called as an intermolecular force. So in the case of solids, the intermolecular force is very high. That's why all the particles are very close to each other. But is there any empty space between the particles in the case of solids? Can you see any empty space between the particles in the case of solids?
Sir, there is some empty space, sir, but actually there is no empty space.
In the diagram, it is showing only a little bit empty space, but actually in the case of solids, there is no empty space at all. So that the particles cannot move, right? If there is no empty space at all between them,
Yes.
So particles will not move from one place to other place in the case of solids, but the particles can vibrate in the same position. Understanding, that is the third point for the solids. Because of absence of empty space between the particles, or we can say because of particles are very close to each other, the particles will not move from one place to other place, but they will vibrate in the same position. Clear?
Sir, can you tell that? Can you tell that force again, sir? The definition.
The force of attraction between the two particles is called as an intermolecular force.
Yes.
The force of attraction between the two particles is called as an intermolecular force. Okay, you can note it down in the classwork notes also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Or being
Yeah.
the solids will be close in us, the intermolecules. So that's how they'll do the vibrations.
Yeah, because the particles will not move, right? There is no empty space at all between the particles in the solids.
Yes, sir.
So they cannot move from one place to other place. But for the vibration, there is no spaces required, right? They will vibrate in the same position.
Okay, sir.
So instead of moving from one place to other place, they will vibrate in the same position.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then what is the fourth point? Density.
Density, sir.
I think already we
Density.
studied this density in the or before topic, right? Last class. Buoyancy where.
But buoyancy.
Yeah. So whenever the density of the substance is less than the water, it will float on the water. Whenever the density of the substance is greater than the water, it will sink in the water. Yes or no? Drona? Drona is there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You discuss.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the formula for density here? What is the formula for density?
Sir, 1 gram per centimeter cube.
1 gram per centimeter cube. That is unit for density, right?
Sir,
Density is that is the unit for density. That is not the formula for density.
sir.
Formula I have already given. Just check it on the right side of the notepad. Density is equal to ratio of mass by volume, right?
The density equal to mass by volume, sir.
Yeah. Suppose you have taken the iron rod, same volume of iron piece and the sponge. Which one is more weight? Hello? I should unmute yourself and speak.
Sir, can you tell the question again?
Suppose you have taken the same volume of the chalk piece and the iron. Which one will be more in weight?
Iron, sir.
If you take the chalk
Sir,
piece and the
iron.
same length of the iron rod also, which one is more in weight? Iron, right? Because
Iron.
Sir, because the particles are close. Sir, because
the density of the iron is more because of particles are very close to each other, right? And the number of particles in the iron is more. Hello? Can you hear me? So what is the ratio? Density is equal to mass by volume. Okay. Density is equal to mass by volume.
mass by
So
volume.
generally solids will have the more denser particles, okay? Because of more number of particles are there in the given value. So density of the solids is very high compared to the liquids and the gases. What happened, Ashwath?
Sir, can you?
Can I explain once again?
No, sir.
Sorry? Did you understand or not? Remaining. density is equal to mass by volume. Okay. If you take the solids, all the particles are very close to each other, right? That's why solids will have the higher density than the liquids and the gases.
Sir, then diamond will have more density than iron and rubber, sir. Iron and chalk piece, sir.
No. Chalk piece is lesser in density, right? The particles are somewhat far away from each other in that compared to the iron.
No, sir. For diamond also.
Diamond is a different densities. Diamond will have the more density than these two things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next, solids are generally incompressible. Incompressible means what?
They cannot be compressible, sir.
They cannot be
can't be
compressed,
pressed
right?
or they can be changed. They can change shape by force.
Okay.
By
Like if you apply some pressure, no, it will not compress easily. It will not change the shape easily. That is called as incompressibility, right? Because all the particles are very close to each other. That's why they will not compress. Okay.
Sir.